Well, continuing coverage tonight, it's a piece of high-tech medical equipment, all on wheels. Communities rely on ambulances to respond to emergencies each and every single day, which also means they rack up the mileage pretty quickly. Sioux City Fire Rescue put a bow on 4 new rigs just this morning. KTMV's Katie Koppel joins us live in studio tonight. So, Katie, what does this mean for the residents of Sioux City?
Well, Jessica, a new ambulance might not seem like a big deal, but when you're experiencing an emergency, you want the best of the best to be there to help. Sioux City Fire Rescue already has that in their team of firemen, paramedics, and EMTs, and now they have the ambulances to match. These 4 brand new ambulances will be the primary rigs for Sioux City Fire Rescue, replacing the 4 older units they've had in service. The new ambulances have better technology for the EMTs and paramedics, including coded locks, better temperature controls for medications on board, and other equipment to help provide better care while also keeping first responders safe.
We've had climate-controlled drug compartments, but because there's pretty strict regulation on what the temperatures can be with the drugs. But we've also got a refrigerated unit in there that'll let us carry drugs that require refrigeration that we didn't have the ability to do. And looking into the future, there's a lot more things that we can do with that will help enhance the patient care.
Sioux City Fire Rescue Captain Ryan Collins says this upgrade will be better for everyone in Sioux City.
So having reliable, modern, and well-equipped ambulances are essential to meeting the increasing demand of emergency medical services, while ensuring that our residents receive timely and quality care when they most need it.
Now, Sioux City Fire Rescue first began plans for these new rigs in 2023, and they were delivered over the last few weeks. Ambulances last about 5 years with the number of calls that Sioux City takes. Now, Sioux City Fire Rescue took over all emergency medical transport services in Sioux City in 2018. In 2025 alone, they responded to nearly 10,000 emergency medical calls, with 71% of those ending with transportation to the hospital. And Jessica, I'm told these new rigs have a 7.3-liter Godzilla engine in them. Now, I don't know what that means, but I'm told that is a huge improvement.
Well, Merry Christmas to them,
Yes.
just in time. Well, KTMV's Katie Koppel live in studio for us tonight. Katie, thank you.